the days when the judges ruled, the land of Israel was often plagued with cycles of disobedience, judgment, and redemption. During one such time, famine gripped the land, forcing families to make desperate choices. Bethlehem, known as the House of Bread, was now a place of hunger and despair. In their struggle to survive, Elimelech and Naomi faced a decision that would alter the course of their lives forever.
Before we dive in, don't forget to like and subscribe to Hidden Bible Stories TV, where we bring ancient faith to life every week. And if you love Bible-inspired songs for your kids or devotion time, check out our new channel, Hidden Bible Songs. The link is in the description. Now let's dive into our story.
This famine will destroy us. Naomi, we must leave for Moab. There is food there. Perhaps the Lord has provided for us in that land.
Moab? A foreign land? Their gods are not our God. Should we not remain here and trust in the Lord's provision?
We have waited. Naomi, the crops have failed, and the children grow weaker by the day. If we stay, we risk losing everything. We will return when the Lord lifts his hand from this famine.
Elimelech's decision was one of practicality, but it reflected the struggle of many during that time, whether to wait on God's provision in the promised land or to seek refuge elsewhere. For Elimelech, the choice to move to Moab, a land often seen as hostile to Israel and its faith, was an act of desperation. Though they found relief from the famine in Moab, it came at a cost. Elimelech died soon after, leaving Naomi to raise her sons alone in a foreign land. Years passed, and Mahlon and Chilion married Moabite women, Orpah and Ruth. But tragedy struck again when both sons died, leaving Naomi bereft of her husband and children, alone, with only her daughters-in-law for company. Naomi's world was a desolate landscape of grief and uncertainty.
Has the Lord turned his face from me? How much more can I bear?
In a foreign land, stripped of all she held dear, Naomi's heart grew bitter. Yet, in her darkest moment, God was already at work, preparing to weave a story of redemption that would echo through generations. After years of sorrow in Moab, Naomi received word that the famine in Bethlehem had ended. The Lord had once again provided for his people, filling the land with bread. Her heart, burdened by grief, now wrestled with the thought of returning to her homeland. But to go back as a widow, empty-handed and with no male heirs, was a daunting prospect. Still, the hope of God's provision beckoned her home.
My daughters, I must return to my people. The Lord has provided for Bethlehem once more. You must stay here, with your families. There is no future for you with me.
Mother Naomi, we will go with you.
No, my daughters. Why would you come with me? I have no more sons to offer you. Return to your families, to the homes of your mothers. May the Lord deal kindly with you, as you have dealt kindly with me and the dead.
Naomi, though broken by grief, sought to release her daughters-in-law from their obligations. She wanted them to return to the safety and stability of their own families, knowing the life of a widow in a foreign land would be fraught with hardship.
I will miss you, Mother Naomi. May the Lord bless you.
Orpah's choice was understandable. To stay in Moab meant security and the hope of rebuilding her life. But Ruth's heart was steadfast. Her bond with Naomi and her faith in Naomi's God outweighed the pull of familiarity.
Do not urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. May the Lord deal with me, be it ever so severely, if anything but death separates you and me.
Ruth, your loyalty is greater than I deserve. Let us go together.
Ruth's words echo across the centuries, a profound declaration of love, loyalty, and faith. Her decision to leave behind her homeland and God's to follow Naomi and the God of Israel marked the beginning of a journey that would change her destiny. Two widows, one old and bitter, the other young and determined, set out together on an uncertain journey. Ruth's choice to follow Naomi would become a testament to the power of faith and love, even in the face of loss. After years away, Naomi returned to Bethlehem, her heart heavy with sorrow, and her arms empty of the family she had once left with. The news of her return spread quickly, and the townspeople gathered to witness the homecoming of a woman they scarcely recognized. Accompanying her was Ruth, a Moabite widow who had forsaken her homeland to follow Naomi and embrace the God of Israel.
Is this Naomi? She looks so different. Could it really be her? She left with her husband and sons. But where are they now?
Do not call me Naomi, which means pleasant. Call me Mara, for the Almighty has dealt bitterly with me. I went away full, but the Lord has brought me back empty. Why call me Naomi, when the Lord has afflicted me, and the Almighty has brought misfortune upon me?
Naomi's words reveal the depth of her grief. She no longer saw herself as the joyful woman who had left Bethlehem years ago. She believed the hand of God was against her, and bitterness clouded her view of his faithfulness. Yet, despite her despair, Naomi could not see the seeds of redemption that were being planted. Their return coincided with the barley harvest, a time of provision and hope. While Naomi could not yet see it, the Lord had orchestrated their journey to bring them to Bethlehem at just the right moment. What seemed like an ending was, in fact, the beginning of a story of redemption that would impact generations to come. With no husband or sons to provide for them, Naomi and Ruth faced the harsh reality of survival. Ruth, determined to care for her mother-in-law, sought permission to glean in the fields, a provision in the law of Moses for the poor, widows, and foreigners. Unbeknownst to Ruth, the field she chose belonged to a man named Boaz, a relative of Elimelech. Through her faith and determination, Ruth was walking into God's plan.
Let me go to the fields and glean among the ears of grain, behind anyone in whose eyes I find favor.
Go ahead, my daughter. May the Lord guide your steps.
The Lord be with you.
The Lord bless you.
Who is that young woman gleaning in the field?
She is the Moabite who returned with Naomi, but she asked permission to glean and has been working from morning until now, taking only a short rest.
Boaz, a man of noble character, took notice of Ruth's diligence and integrity. His kindness and generosity toward her were not only acts of compassion, but a reflection of his faithfulness to God's law and his respect for her commitment to Naomi.
My daughter, listen to me. Do not go to glean in another field. Stay here with my servant girls and follow after them. I have instructed the young men not to touch you. When you are thirsty, go and drink from the water jars they have filled.
Why have I found such favor in your eyes, that you should notice me? A foreigner.
I have been told all about what you have done for your mother-in-law since the death of your husband, how you left your father, mother, and homeland to come to a people you did not know. May the Lord repay you for what you have done. May you be richly rewarded by the Lord, the God of Israel, under whose wings you have come to take refuge.
Boaz's words spoke not only of provision, but also of hope. Ruth, a foreigner and widow, was embraced by the grace of God working through Boaz's kindness. Through his actions, Boaz became a tangible expression of God's care and provision for the vulnerable.
Blessed be the Lord, who has not stopped showing his kindness to the living and the dead. This man is our close relative. He is one of our kinsman redeemers.
Naomi, once bitter and broken, began to see glimpses of God's hand in their circumstances. Ruth's labor and Boaz's kindness were not mere coincidences, but threads in a tapestry of redemption. The Lord, who seemed distant, was working behind the scenes to restore what had been lost. As the barley harvest came to an end, Naomi began to sense that God's hand was at work in their lives. The kindness of Boaz, a man of standing and integrity, sparked in Naomi a hope she had not felt in years. She saw an opportunity for Ruth's future, a chance to secure rest and protection through Boaz, who could act as their kinsman redeemer.
My daughter, should I not seek rest for you, that it may be well with you? Boaz, whose field you have been gleaning in, is our kinsman. Tonight, he will be winnowing barley at the threshing floor. Wash yourself, anoint yourself with oil, and put on your best clothes. Go down to the threshing floor, but do not make yourself known to him until he has finished eating and drinking. When he lies down, observe where he lies. Then go and uncover his feet and lie down. He will tell you what to do.
I will do everything you say, Mother Naomi.
Naomi's instructions to Ruth were bold and filled with risk. In Israelite culture, uncovering a man's feet and lying down was an act of humility and a request for protection, often associated with marriage. Naomi trusted Boaz's integrity, knowing he would understand Ruth's actions as a request for redemption rather than a scandalous advance. For Ruth, it was an act of faith in Naomi's wisdom, in Boaz's character, and in the God of Israel. Ruth's journey to the threshing floor was more than a physical act. It was a testament to her unwavering faith. She was not only seeking redemption for herself, but also for Naomi. Though the path ahead was uncertain, Ruth believed in the providence of God, trusting that he would guide her steps. With the harvest complete, the threshing floor became a place of celebration and hard work. Boaz, as the owner of the field, stayed overnight to guard the grain. Ruth, following Naomi's instructions, approached him under the cover of darkness. This moment was one of both vulnerability and faith, a bold step into the unknown, trusting in Boaz's integrity and in God's plan.
Who are you?
I am your servant Ruth. Spread the corner of your garment over me, for you are a kinsman redeemer.
Ruth's request was not merely a plea for protection. It was an appeal for redemption. To spread the corner of one's garment was a symbolic act of taking someone under one's care, often signifying a marriage proposal. Ruth's words carried both humility and confidence, reflecting her trust in Boaz's character and in the laws of God's covenant people.
The Lord bless you, my daughter. This kindness is greater than what you showed before. You have not pursued younger men, whether rich or poor. Do not be afraid. I will do all that you ask, for everyone in this town knows you are a woman of noble character. However, there is a closer kinsman than I. Stay here for the night, and in the morning, if he redeems you, good. But if he is unwilling, as surely as the Lord lives, I will redeem you myself.
My daughter, how did it go?
He was kind. He promised to resolve the matter and would not rest until it is settled. He also gave me this barley, saying, "Do not return to your mother-in-law empty-handed."
Wait, my daughter, until you learn how the matter turns out. The man will not rest until the matter is settled today.
Naomi's faith in God's providence grew stronger as she saw his hand at work through Boaz's actions. What began as a bold act of trust was unfolding into a story of redemption, one that would not only transform Ruth and Naomi's lives, but would also leave a legacy for generations to come. In ancient Israel, the city gate was more than an entrance. It was a place where business was conducted, disputes were settled, and decisions were made before witnesses. Boaz, a man of honor and integrity, took his place among the elders to resolve the matter of Ruth's redemption. His actions that day would set in motion a divine plan far greater than anyone could imagine.
Come, sit here, my friend. We have a matter to discuss. Naomi, who has returned from Moab, is selling a piece of land that belonged to our relative Elimelech. I thought I should bring it to your attention and suggest that you buy it in the presence of these witnesses. If you will redeem it, do so. But if you will not, tell me, so I may know. I am next in line after you.
I will redeem it.
On the day you buy the land from Naomi, you also acquire Ruth, the Moabite, the widow of the deceased, in order to maintain the name of the dead with his inheritance.
Then I cannot redeem it. It might endanger my own estate. You redeem it yourself. I cannot do it.
By adding Ruth's redemption to the terms, Boaz revealed the selfless commitment required to fulfill the role of a kinsman redeemer. The closer relative, unwilling to risk his own inheritance, relinquished his rights, paving the way for Boaz to step forward.
Today you are witnesses that I have bought from Naomi all the property of Elimelech, Chilion, and Mahlon. I have also acquired Ruth the Moabite, Mahlon's widow, as my wife, in order to maintain the name of the dead with his inheritance, so that his name will not disappear from among his family or from his hometown. Today, you are witnesses.
May the Lord make the woman who is coming into your home, like Rachel and Leah, who together built up the family of Israel. May you have standing in Ephrathah, and be famous in Bethlehem. Through the offspring the Lord gives you by this young woman, may your family be like that of Perez, whom Tamar bore to Judah.
The blessing of the townspeople echoed God's covenant faithfulness. Ruth, once a foreign widow, was now welcomed into the lineage of Israel. Boaz's redemption of Ruth and Naomi was a profound act of love, a picture of God's greater plan to redeem his people through the ultimate kinsman redeemer, Jesus Christ. The Lord, who had guided Ruth and Naomi's journey, continued to show his faithfulness. Boaz and Ruth's marriage was blessed by the community, and soon Ruth bore a son. In her arms, she carried more than a child. She carried the hope of redemption for her family and a glimpse of God's unfolding plan for his people.
Blessed be the Lord, who has not left you without a Redeemer today. May this child restore your life and sustain you in your old age. For your daughter-in-law, who loves you and is better to you than 7 sons, has given him birth.
The Lord has filled my emptiness with joy. He has not forgotten me.
The child, named Obed, would grow to become the father of Jesse, the grandfather of King David. Through this line, the promise of a Savior would come, a Redeemer not just for Naomi and Ruth, but for all humanity. From Ruth, a Moabite widow, came a legacy that would shape the course of history. God used her faith, loyalty, and courage to weave her into his grand narrative of redemption. The story of Ruth reminds us that God's purposes often unfold through the most unlikely people and circumstances. Through Ruth's faithfulness, the line of David was established, and through David's lineage came the ultimate Redeemer, Jesus Christ, the one who would offer redemption, not just for one family, but for the whole world. So guys, if you like this type of content, you can click on the video shown to you now for more incredible Bible stories. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. And once again, stay blessed.